A tourist massacre in Kashmir is escalating tensions between India and Pakistan. Here's what we know. Relations between India and Pakistan are cratering following a deadly militant attack in Indian-administered Kashmir that has sparked a tit-for-tat reprisals and raised fears of another military escalation between the nuclear-armed rivals. India and Pakistan both control parts of Kashmir, but claim it in full and have fought 3 wars over the mountainous territory. In 2019, Indian jets bombed targets inside Pakistan after a cross-border militant attack killed at least 40 Indian paramilitary personnel in its part of Kashmir. All but one of these 26 tourists massacre in the attack on Tuesday were Indian citizens. New Delhi swiftly pointed the finger at Pakistan, downgraded ties, and suspended its participation in crucial water sharing treaty. Pakistan has denied involvement and said that any attempt to stop or divert water belonging to Pakistan would be considered an act of war. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Thursday vowed to pursue the attackers to the ends of the earth, while the UN has called on the neighbors to exercise maximum restraint. Here's what you need to know. What happened in Pahalgam? Gunmen on Tuesday opened fire on sightseers in a popular travel destination in the mountainous destination of Pahalgam in Indian-administered Kashmir. At least 25 Indian citizens and 1 Nepali national were killed in the massacre, which unfolded in a valley only accessible by foot or on horseback. Eyewitnesses described scenes of horror as the gunmen approached, opened fire on tourists from close range. Some recall how the men among the group were singled out and shot at. Other survivors speaking to local media said the gunmen accused some of the victims of supporting Prime Minister Modi. Modi's Hindu nationalist government revoked Muslim-majority Kashmir's constitutional autonomy in 2019, bringing it under direct control of New Delhi, sparking widespread protests.
Yeah, and so they said, there's a witness here. She said they were preparing to leave after having tea and Maggi, a popular prepackaged ready-to-eat noodle snack, when the attack started. She said, describing Pahalgam as a mini Switzerland. So I guess both countries come here. It's like just a peaceful place. They were just being tourists, saying. And so and there's a lot of stuff that's been going on there. I mean, they've been cutting the water off, cutting water off so that, the people, they were having droughts. And
like in Bangladesh, Bangladesh used to be called East Pakistan. And Bangladesh, Pakistan's on one side, I think, is on the west side of India, and Bangladesh is on the east side. That's why it used to be called East Pakistan. It became its own nation. Well, there's waterways that are, that India controls from both nations. And so what it does sometimes in Bangladesh, allegedly, this is what Bangladeshi people allege, that India will flood out their villages, flood out their, their farms, all kinds of stuff, just by letting water that would normally probably flood into India, let it flood out through some of the dams and things of that into their area. But they have other dams that they control that Pakistan and them have had agreements on, saying, hey, we need this water to be like the same thing you had talked about in Mexico and America. Hey, this water has to be released at this point in time, and this is how much you're supposed to release. And they just say, you know what, we're not going to abide by this treaty. Both of these countries were once controlled by Britain. Britain had control of both of it, from India and Pakistan. I think they're both gained their independence in 1947, but they fought for this region, this Kashmir region, for since then. And basically it's a region where both of them claim ownership, but neither of them are willing to cede and say this is yours or this is mine. Both of these two nations are nuclear nations. This is the worst part about it. This is what makes this so serious. And with India becoming such a strong economy and the number one most populous nation on earth, it has over 1.45 billion people, more people than China. It's a huge nation, and it's starting to rise. And this is a problem, because if it really wants a problem with Pakistan can give it a problem. It has nuclear weapons, but at the same time, it could be a really bad flashpoint for us to have to be involved in. We're going to end up having to pick a side in this. I'm not saying we have to involve ourselves, but you got to pick a side. I think we've been helping Pakistan out for a while too, as well, like supplying them with weapons and stuff like that. And they've come out and said, you know what? The United States has been helping. Trump came out with a whole, hey, we're backing India in this. We need to, this, that, and the third. But Pakistan comes out and says, hey, you guys have been helping us, giving us weapons and everything like that behind closed doors. What's going on? They've actually called us out on this. So
and they say a statement issued in the name of the Resistance Front, which is believed to be an offshoot of a Pakistani-based Lashkar-e-Taiba, claimed responsibility for the attacks. And we're going to try to keep you updated on what's going on over here. Like we felt like this has been big news. You know, it's still world news, and it needs to be spoke on because It's just a whole nother conflict in the world that's been going on that's finally hit its boiling point.